Ndlovu and Benjamin Mushatama.
It is a beautiful Friday here on The Move, and you know we love to look into the creative world, but it's even better when the creative world comes together for a greater good. Across the world, communities continue to carry the weight of trauma, especially here on the African continent, from the lasting impact of wars to ongoing social and economic unrest. These challenges often leave deep emotional and psychological scars that traditional systems alone cannot fully address. And in the face of this reality, art has emerged as a powerful tool for healing, whether through music, visual expression, dance, or storytelling. Art does create spaces where pain can be acknowledged, voices can and hope can begin to take shape. Now, globally acclaimed visual artist GreatJoy Ndlovu and renowned anti-apartheid activist Father Michael Lapsley have come together in support of this healing through a powerful collaboration. The Art Auction and Fundraising Dinner will be taking place later this year, and it aims to fund for global healing work of the Institution for Healing of Memories. That is an organization founded by Lapsley. We're finding out a little bit more about this beautiful collaboration. GreatJoy Ndlovu is joining us on the line. Thank you so much for your time, GreatJoy. How are you this morning?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much for taking your time to chat to us this morning. You know, art on its own, outside of this collaboration, does have a nature to heal. This is why people love the arts, because they can leave some of their emotions, sometimes on the stage if you're the artist themselves, and even in the crowd if you're just there to observe. But it has a healing nature about it, depending, of course, on, the art itself and the artist and what they're bringing to the table. So now there's an added phase that you're bringing in here through this beautiful collaboration. Let's speak about your art on its own and whether or not you've always had a vested interest in healing through your work.
Yeah, I mean, my work revolves around emotion. So I do a lot of figurative work in my drawings and in my paintings. So in terms of like healing and emotions, it's something which I've really been fond of since the start of my career. I think it's something which is very impactful and very important in our society, you know. So it's something which I've really been passionate about, through my practice, So yeah, I can say that.
Yeah, I mean, you collaborating with Father Michael Lapsley, a very
Yeah.
fascinating person when you meet him. He is kind of a figure that will change the way you see the world. I got to interview him many, many years ago when I was a journalist in Cape Town. He has a very much serious history with his fight against apartheid, and he lost actually his one arm and also his eyesight in the one eye. And he's still had kind of that forgiving nature as a figure, and was always part of that reconciliation theme in the transition of South Africa. And it seems like healing is part of his agenda. How did the collaboration between you and him come about?
Yeah, so as a creative who's been working with different organizations in terms of like fundraising and different initiatives, it's
Mm-hmm.
something which came about them seeing what I've done before, working with other organizations like Operation Smile and SOS Children's Village. There's a huge problem right now in terms of like fundraising for organization, and so it's something which they looked at and they're like, no, actually we can, work around with GreatJoy and see what we can do in terms of like calling out the art community to come and invest and see how we can work around in fundraising funds um, for the cause. So basically, I think it's more about the purpose itself and also the fundraising at the same time. So that's how the collaboration came about.
Now tell us, GreatJoy, obviously when this collaboration came about, you had to really understand the work that is being done at the Institute for Healing of Memories, because the collaboration isn't just about coming together and raising funds, but you also have to bring in your own expressions into the work that is done there. Speak to us about what you learned about this institute.
I mean, they've done, wonderful work over the years. I believe, everyone sees what they're doing. And I think we need more of people like the father, right? So I think the most important thing is, the purpose and the drive, which is the organization has been doing over the years. And I think many creatives and many people in business must kind of get involved in terms of like assisting and being part of such initiatives, because they bring so much change and they're inspirational for everyone out there, because it's actually for a good cause. So yeah, I think that's my take in terms of such organizations and the purpose around it. I think the purpose around it is the most impactful part of it.
I'm looking at some of your work on your Instagram, and it's very powerful, GreatJoy. It seems like the human figure is something that you love focusing on. Portraiture seems to be a theme that you are fascinated about. Tell us a little bit about some of the themes that stick out for you as an artist, and why you're so fascinated with the human body, but also the relationships between one person and another, because I see there's a lot of interaction between the human figure, the relationships, and also sometimes you have figures standing by themselves. What is your subject matter, and what fascinates you about that?
I mean, everyone, they've got their own fair share of troubles in life. And for me, it's something which is very powerful, the unspoken truths. I believe that, as an artist, I've got an obligation in terms of expressing and showing the world, the creative side of life, through expressing emotion and the troubles which you experience in life. So it's I believe it's more about the you know the truth itself. And art brings truth, because there's a lot of vulnerability involved in creating. So for me, that's what's important.
All right, we need to take a short break. Stay with us on the line, GreatJoy. We want to find out a little bit more about this, but also what expressions you'll be bringing to this particular collaboration, and why you think these artworks that you'll be using as a fundraiser alongside the father himself are the perfect ones for this particular collaboration. So we're speaking to GreatJoy Ndlovu, a visual artist, renowned visual artist, and we'll continue this conversation after the break.
We are on Open Views Audio Bouquet. Channel 628.
Mix Vibration sur Channel Africa.
Qu'est-ce qui vous a amené à dire ça? Est-ce que vous avez observé un certain nombre d'événements dans la vie? Est-ce que c'était par rapport à une expérience? Est-ce que vous avez rencontré des choses qui vous ont dit il faut de la patience, comme ça les choses vont venir au bon moment et le bon Dieu pourra peut-être me visiter?
Oui, c'était justement un conseil que le Seigneur m'avait inspiré pour donner à son peuple, parce qu'il y a la plupart des gens, pendant que Dieu bénit les autres, ils pensent que Dieu les a oubliés, et pendant que Dieu ouvre pour les autres, ils pensent que peut-être Dieu n'a pas pu écouter leurs prières. Alors ce n'est pas le cas. Alors Dieu bénit tout un chacun de nous avec son temps. Donc le temps de Dieu est toujours le meilleur dans la vie de tout un chacun de nous.
Mix Vibration tous les dimanches de 18h à 19h, temps universel.
Get set and be ready to go. On the move with Falisa Tawo and Benjamin Mushatama.
21 minutes past 9 o'clock Central African time. Today we start off with a project happening here in South Africa, and we hang out with GreatJoy Ndlovu, a visual artist who is coming together in the space of working with a non-profit organization. We know that currently we are in an environment where funding for non-governmental organizations is kind of dwindling. It's actually dwindling dwindled in a major way. So non-governmental organizations have to find alternative ways to actually find funding, and they have to be innovative, they have to be creative. And one of the ways in which the organization that we're focusing on is doing is using art as a platform to actually bring in some funding. We're helping them actually take that word out today. We're speaking to GreatJoy Ndlovu, a visual artist who is going to be part of the Art Auction and Fundraising Dinner in collaboration with the anti-apartheid activist Father Michael Lapsley, coming together in support of this healing through a powerful collaboration. GreatJoy, it's interesting to see where art is on the African continent. It's burgeoning, it's doing well. And to a large degree, that's because, many of our artists have developed an acumen for the business of art. But I'm glad that you've also seen a wide reason for art, that it's also can actually bridge for the haves and the haves not. Why is this an important element for you? Because some artists are just for profit making. I love the fact that you see art as something that actually can also contribute to society.
Yeah. The world is so decentralized now. I mean, if you feel like you can create something of value, you can. I mean, this has nothing to do with where you come from or, social standing or your art sales. It has to do with you as a person. And I believe with this decentralization, everyone can, voice out their concerns or share their creativity or raise funds or do something of good. And for me, that's been very important in my career, like I said before, in terms of working with other organizations, raising funds. I do have an organization myself.
Okay.
So it's very important as a creative to in your archive of history or creativity to create something which is very important for the community or the world at large. So through social media now, the globalization and everything, everyone can voice out and everyone can create a movement which is very impactful, like what Father has done with this organization. And for myself as a visual artist, I believe it's something which is very important and which might be inspiring for upcoming artists to say, actually, I can create a movement in education or a movement
Sure.
in whatever they're interested in. And this is very important for us as creatives or as young black creatives to look at, going forward in the next
But why? I
next
mean,
decade.
someone else would say, why are you doing this? You don't have to. You can just profit from your own art. Why are you actually having an arm that is philanthropic in your work? Why is that important for you?
I mean, it is important. It is important. Yeah, I believe it is. It's a God-given gift, no?
Sure.
So we live in abundance. Some of us, we live in abundance. So if you live in abundance, you get blessed multiple times. And that's been my life. I don't struggle with sales. I sell internationally. I do. In terms of profits, I don't have a problem.
Yeah.
But I mean, for this kind of project, it's more about the bigger picture itself,
I love
Because
that.
this work, if we raise funds through this work, it will really impact other people's lives. And that's life. Life is bigger than money itself. And if we chase money as creatives, we will never go anywhere. I've created projects and exhibitions which have been very fruitful. I've done exhibitions in Italy, I've done exhibitions around the world, and they've been very impactful. So it's beyond our power as humans because this is a God-given gift. If you're a singer and you feel like you want to create a concert, you want to raise funds for whatever cause, it will be more impactful. And I believe every creative must kind of like have that kind of touch in their creativity.
I love that. All right, well, let's wrap up. Tell us a little bit more about the Art Auction and Fundraising Dinner.
Yeah.
When will this be taking place and how can we start getting ready for it?
Okay, yeah. So the fundraising dinner is on the 18th of November by Royal Johannesburg, Linksfield. So it's going to be a beautiful evening. MTN will be on board. They're also donating some of their artworks.
Nice.
Obviously, there's going to be there's going to be music and it's going to be a beautiful evening because for me, and I believe for others also, this is going to be more educational and more inspiring for all of us, because Father Michael will also be there sharing his story and how he built this organization. So it's going to be a beautiful evening. It's going to be a package for literally for good. It's going to be a package for good. That's what I can say.
And where can we go
So
to find the
also,
tickets?
okay, so you can find the tickets through the website healingofmemories.org,
Okay.
and you can also email Ntokozo at healingofmemories.com. Yeah, so it's a package. That's what I can say. It's a package for, yeah. So
Fantastic.
everyone who wants to come and see, they must come and support.
And where do we find you? Because you also have a big following on social media. If people want to see more of your art, where can they go?
Instagram.
And what's your Instagram handle?
It's GreatJoy_N.
There we go.
Okay,
Thank you so much, GreatJoy. Thank you for giving us your time there. That's GreatJoy. Telling us a little bit about this collaboration between a community work and art, and GreatJoy was joining us on our live stream. Remember, you can find us there at Channel Africa 1 online. Basically, we are on your YouTube, so subscribe on YouTube. I see we are growing there on our subscriptions, 13,000 followers. It's fantastic that we have you there. And also you can find us on our Facebook page. GreatJoy Ndlovu is a visual artist, telling us a little bit about his collaboration with GreatJoy, which is bringing art and activism together. Well, let's take a bit of a song right now. We'll be back with more. This is one titled Holiday with Problem Child featuring Just J King.
I can't see, no, nothing wrong with my eyes. I just can't see myself coming to work today. Thank you. In other words, I ain't not doing one grass soul today. Don't tell me about work, I out on the road today. Me and some pretty beaches, I out on the boat today. I don't care what time of day it is, I drinking rum today. I having fun today. Yeah! Holiday, today is a holiday. I don't care what nobody say, I'm not going to work today. Holiday, today is a holiday. I don't care what nobody say, I'm not doing no work today. I'm on the road, yeah. To the beach, yeah. To the club, yeah. Pool party, bus crawl, uptown, yeah. Downtown. If it's your birthday, turn up. Get drunk till your face get numb. When my crew they come around, drinks up and sing along. Holiday, today is a holiday. I don't care what nobody say, I'm not going to work today. Holiday, today is a holiday. I don't care what nobody say, I'm not doing no work today. Yeah, bring the vibes that we pump, and then we drink till we drunk. Pop bottles, you know the bar must bust when you see we touching. We drinking, some bad gal willing.
It's Problem Child featuring Just J King. I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way. Holiday is the name of this one, and everyone loves a holiday. It's 9:30 Central Africa time. Let's bring in Fikile Lengwadi for our latest sports.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.